Hi there, it's Snurgle. Welcome back to this brand new playthrough of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. This is a classic point-and-click adventure mystery game. I think it came out in the mid-90s. It was a pretty successful series. I think there's 4 or 5 games in the franchise. This is the original game. It's in the classic illustrated 2D style. Should be lots of fun, so let's go.
Paris, city of love, romance, and dreams.
Ooh la la.
So they say. I used to say it too, but ever since that day, the day of the murder, I've always associated my beloved Paris with death.
Ooh. With death, eh? A Charles Cecil production. Ooh. Fancy. The Crow. Programming 2 guys. That's so great. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Kind of miss those days, you know? Kind of miss those days. I do miss those days, actually. That's okay, though. We'll see how it goes.
I was
Here we go.
in the bath when my editor called.
Mm-hmm.
Collard, get your ass over to the Palais Royal now.
Ooh.
With Pierre Carchon. The Pierre Carchon.
Oh my gosh.
Photos, so leave your gear at home.
Not the Pierre Carchon.
You personally. Don't ask me why.
All right, well, don't be a jerk about it.
Now, this could be big, so if he makes a pass, don't forget. Just smile, say yes, and keep taking notes.
What the heck?
So charming and so very apt.
Yeah.
Pierre Carchon was a media king, a national hero, and one of the most infamous adulterers in Europe.
Uh-huh.
And his wife Imelda were just one step down from
Wow.
guilty.
For someone to be an infamous adulterer in France?
Hate minds,
Holy crap.
but unless you humor them, they don't go away.
Okay.
Here I was, the palace of the media king.
Right, well.
His queen.
Ooh.
I pressed the doorbell and set in motion a chain of events which would change my life.
I never trust a mime.
What is it?
Madame, my name is Nico Collard. I'm here to see Monsieur Carchon.
Oh.
We're on the first floor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Madame Carchon, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm sure.
This queen was living up to her reputation.
Okay, well, jeez. It's the mime. Well, we assume it's the mime because he had mime gloves.
Mademoiselle, I know little of my husband's business affairs, and I care even less. I certainly have no intention of watching him pore over yet another pretty little journalist.
Pretty. You're too kind, madame.
Oh. Gun with a silencer.
The talented and very beautiful Mademoiselle Collard.
Ooh.
Such a pleasure to meet you at last.
Monsieur Carchon, I am honored.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Call me Pierre, please.
Ooh, Pierre.
I was a friend of your father. He was a great man.
My father, he never mentioned.
He and I were very close. And then his death. So tragic. I must... Imelda. Cats in my study again.
Oh.
Another Ming vase, I suppose. Excuse me for one moment, my dear girl.
Uh-oh. This...
You journalists are getting younger each year.
Well, no.
It's the rest of the world getting older.
That's what I was thinking. Oh!
That was no cat. What? Monsieur Carchon?
Okay, you're not gonna... Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna... Okay. That's kind of on you. I mean, there's a mime in You're not like, what is this mime doing in here?
I must call the police. It's better stay here.
Oh, dear.
It was the mime. Do you think he...
Well, I believe we can rule out suicide, don't you?
No wonder they called
Okay.
her ice cream. She would have been top of my list of suspects.
Well, except she was with you.
I've seen the attacker myself.
Mm-hmm.
And if I hadn't come across a couple of murders just like this already,
Ooh.
of the most important men in Europe murdered,
Gasp.
here was I, Nico Coulard, alone at the scene of the crime. Should I wait for the cops?
No.
Or start my own investigation?
Start your own investigation.
It was a no-brainer.
Yep. Waiting for the cops is for chumps. Okay, let's check the body. As you can see here, anything we can look at turns into a little
And guns don't usually
magnifying glass.
I had an idea that this was no ordinary mime.
Indeed.
Come across this murderer before and written about him. The costume killer. At least that's what I'd called him.
Boy, do I really, really wish those subtitles were larger. Okay, so let's take a look here.
Some people hate searching corpses.
Ooh.
Me, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
We can look at that.
Shot.
Let's take this.
In his pocket, I found a ticket stamped Bateau de la Conciergerie. Taking the ticket meant I tampered with the evidence. There was no going back now.
Indeed.
Carchon had been shot.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we can look at here. Ooh, what's this?
It was one of my hair clips. My favorite, in fact.
Interesting.
Must have fallen when I was knocked down.
Maybe. Wait, you have a favorite hair clip?
I closed his eyes.
That's
It was
fair.
the least I could do for the poor fellow.
Indeed.
I opened his eyes. Best to leave the crime scene as I found it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else on him. I'm not going to keep opening and closing his eyes. That's weird. We'll go back. Okay, let's take a look at this.
A bust of Pierre Carchon, humble servant of La France.
Interesting. Okay, so we can just look at that. Ooh, move the mouse pointer around the screen to discover areas of interest, which will be indicated by an animating blue circle. When the pointer passes over an object which you can interact, it will change to an animating icon reflecting the action available. Press the left mouse button to perform the action. Click on the briefcase icon to open your inventory and display the objects that you are carrying. Diary icon to access the diary. My understanding is the diary icon is new for the director's cut, that I'm not going to have to take physical notes. They sort of take them for you, which is very welcome. Although I may have to take physical notes anyway, because I'm an idiot. Question mark to give it puzzles, hints, helps, and interface help. Spanner icon to save, we would know this as a crescent wrench in the US. Spanner icon to save and restore a game and adjust settings. These icons can be found in the lower section of the screen. Indeed they can. Let's look around, see what we can find. That was a nice little twirl there.
A small round piece of glass had been cut out of the pane. This was a professional job.
Yeah, because no one else can have a glass cutter. Not like you can just buy them in the hardware store. Holy crap.
Must have used a ladder to reach the window.
Why is there no fence on that balcony?
That ladder, popped it in his pocket and took it with him.
Why is there no fence on that balcony? That seems incredibly dangerous. Is that a thing in France? I don't know. That seems like a really terrible idea.
The bookcase was filled with obscure first editions.
Indeed.
It contained rows of titles I didn't recognize.
Oh, that's how much?
Programming the Z80 by Roger. The romance, the drama,
The Z80.
classic novels I didn't learn.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, what?
It contained rows of titles I
Okay.
didn't recognize. Pierre Carchon again. His eyes seemed to follow me around the room. A bust of Pierre Carchon.
Okay, let's see. Anything else that we can look at? We've already looked at him. We can go that way. That's a nice, look at that. That's a nice little thing. I love that little animated pointer. That is so nice. We're just going to look around, make sure we didn't miss anything here. Nothing on the table we can look at. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. Okay, let's do one more time. Let's take a look at the body one more time. I don't think there's anything else we can look at, but let's take a look at it anyway.
Pierre Carchon was stiff for the last time.
Let's see.
Carchon had been shot.
Yep. That just opens and closes his eyes. Okay, that's it.
Carchon had been shot.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get back. Okay, let's go.
The police could turn up at any minute. Somewhere there were clues to the murder.
Yep.
And I needed to find them.
Indeed. So my understanding of point-and-click adventure games are they kind of don't let you leave a particular area without finding everything you need to find. That can be both a blessing and a curse. It can be
I
extremely...
reckoned that cloth might just turn out to be useful.
Okay, well, just steal it, I guess.
Even my fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
That's
Even my
strange.
fingernail wouldn't fit into such a small hole.
I wonder what it's for. That's odd, I think. I mean, what do I know? But I think it's kind of odd. Okay, so she's there with the police.
But I certainly wasn't going to tell her that.
Okay, let's see. She's talking to the police.
She was deep in conversation. She totally ignored me.
Okay. Let's see. What's this?
There was no one I needed to phone. Not until
Okay.
I solved this case.
Okay.
Besides, Imelda was using it.
Ooh, what's this?
A medieval pageant. Original, no doubt. The tapestry must have cost a fortune.
Must have.
A magnificent antique table. A magnificent antique table.
Sometimes it helps in point-and-click adventure games to check some things more than once.
The
Locked.
door was locked.
Indeed. Okay, did we find everything we need to here? Maybe. Let's see if we can go. Not sure there's a whole lot else that we can see here.
I thought of leaving, but was sure there was more to find.
Ooh. Okay, well, let's see. She's ignoring us.
She was deep in conversation. She totally ignored me.
Okay. Oh, here we go. We can just
It was
steal
a tube
this.
of acrylic paint. French ultramarine.
Ooh, I'll just take this.
Just the color I was after for my bathroom.
I'm sorry, I have to go. Someone is...
Someone's stealing my paint. Okay, let's talk.
Young lady, what are you? Oh, this paint. It's my favorite color.
For God's sake, keep the damn stuff.
I was going to anyway, I mean. All right, let's talk to her.
Excuse me, madame.
Yes?
Ooh. Let's see. Let's ask about the...
Would a mime want to kill your husband?
Pierre had plenty of enemies. Half the husbands in Paris for a start.
Well, okay.
How did your husband know my father?
I have no idea.
You didn't know him? Thierry Collard.
Pierre knew a lot of people I didn't know. Most...
Okay, well.
I am so sorry for your loss, madame.
No, you're not. You're a journalist. Journalists don't feel sorry.
Not true.
We shall see.
What does that mean? We shall see.
What does your husband send for me? What did he want to discuss?
I have no idea. His business was his business.
Okay,
He
well.
never told you anything.
No, and frankly, I preferred it that way. This is quite a scoop for you. I suppose you're already inventing the headlines.
Just because I am a journalist.
Don't...
Actually, the journalists don't write the headlines. That's the editors do that.
Do you have any moral sense at all?
Jeez.
That's why I do this job.
You do it to see your name in print.
As if to get the byline, I just do the work.
Well, don't expect my sympathy.
The police
Okay.
will be here soon, madame. Is there anybody you would like me to contact? Family, friends?
No. I have no family. Pierre and I were... He was all I had, really. Not much, was it?
Well, you're
Beautiful wife.
super loaded.
That was my role.
Yeah.
He never talked, never let me in.
I know one thing, madame.
What?
If you want to find out who killed your husband, then you let me do the job, not the police.
Why? How do I know I can trust you?
Ooh. Because I'm super cool.
My husband invited me here today because he needed me. I think he knew somebody wanted to kill him, and he knew I could help.
I doubt it was your database he was after.
Well,
I was onto his killers already, I am sure of it. Please, you owe it to him.
I don't know.
All I need is a few more minutes to look around before the police come.
You really do have a moral sense, don't you? I trust so few people. And perhaps Pierre really did think that you could help. Of course it wouldn't have stopped him seducing you too. Here, take this.
ooh.
It's the key to the drawing room in the library at the end of the hall.
Ooh.
Pierre's room. I rarely went in there.
Excellent.
I couldn't. I was too scared of what I might find.
What? Okay. Well,
Thank you. I promise you won't regret this.
yeah. Hopefully. I think that this is... Oh, hold on. Oh, gosh, that's tiny. Jeez. Relaxing in a bath when I was disturbed by a phone call from my editor, Ronnie. He asked me to interview Pierre Cardon, media tycoon and serial philanderer, on a case like a shot. Well, creepy mind outside the apartment. Madame Cochon, cold as ice. Monsieur Cochon, suave and charming, living up to his reputation, played along with his flirtation. The sound of a vase smashing, and Monsieur Cochon went to investigate. Madame Cochon went to investigate. A gunshot. I rushed into the room. I found myself standing over the Cochon's body. Okay. I think I looked at that already, didn't I?
Imelda,
Yeah.
but I certainly wasn't going to tell.
Yep. Okay, let's go. Let's see here. Well,
The door was locked.
ooh, and we have the key to unlock it. We're going to do that next time. Thanks for watching this brand new playthrough of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Coming up next, we open a door and walk through it. I'll see you then.